Dajahao! Welcome to this new weekly vlog. I am Chinatic, and this week I want to talk about why I fell in love with China, I guess. Yeah, maybe. I want to talk about why I fell in love with China. So, as you guys might have known, I went to China for half a year 2 years ago. 2 years ago already. 2 years. That's a long time. Yeah, I know. It's a long time. Well, that first period, it's like I talked already about culture shocks. I came there, had this culture shock, adjusted to the culture, had an amazing time, an amazing experience, and then it's all over, you know? You get this in this roller coaster and you go like, and before you know it, you get to, and you're back in the Netherlands. Wow, what a buzzkill was that? Like, seriously, for me, you come back to this country and it's, I guess it's fun because you get to see your friends and family and everyone you know, and your house, your old house where you live, and the environment you were used to before you went to China, and that kind of stuff. But in the end, it's boring, man. Let's give a couple of examples, and that can give in the end a better insight on why I fell in love with China. Number one for me is the spontaneous life in China. In China I had this thing, well, it was like the life you lived in China was go with the flow. Seriously, there's no plan for the day. The only thing that was planned is that I go to my internship company from 9 in the morning till like 5. Was seriously a 9 to 5 job. Fuck sake. Oh well, that's another story to talk about. Well, you get to your internship company, work there, and after that there's no planning at all. There cannot be a planning. You can say from, okay, I go studying, or you say like, okay, I go out with some friends. You could say maybe I want to go to the beach or something like that. But if you try to do that, trust me, the plans will go hell different. I got this one massive thing that I wanted to study. I came back and I had to finish some things for my company. So I come back at my home, I put on my computer, get some food, eat something, and go to work. But the first thing I got in like 15 minutes is a message from another Dutch friend, and he got contacted by a Chinese person, and they asked like, hey, you want to do a beer in Helens? And he was like, you want to go? And I was like, are you testing me? Are you serious? Of course I want to go, but I have to do my work, you know. But you know, the thing was, I was like, I have to enjoy the time here, because at that moment I didn't knew that I was going back there for another half a year. And before I knew it, I sat in a taxi with 3 other Dutch guys who also wanted to work. But yeah, we went out to Helens and we had a couple of beers, and before we knew it, we went to a club. It was, yeah, pretty funny, because you come back at 4 o'clock in the night, I guess, and yeah. Oh my god. Please. But this is a small example, you know. There's also things like you want to go out with someone to this place, and you get a message like, hey, let's go somewhere else with other people. Sure, you do that. There's no exact planning. You go with the flow and you see what the day brings. And the only thing that's for certain at that moment for me was that I had to go to the internship company. Oh well, yeah. That's what I wanted to do. That's the first thing. I got a second thing, and that thing is like just here right now. The only thing you hear is my computer buzzing, because it's a pretty slow thing. Not anything worth saying about my computer, but it's pretty slow. Sure, you hear it's like it's floating already. Oh well. Outside, do you hear anything outside? Wait, I'm a little bit bright, but do you hear anything outside? Just listen for a moment. Total freaking silence. That's what I mean. And in China I lived on the 28th floor. There were honking cars, shouting people. You hear life, you know, you feel life, you hear life, you know there's life, and here, this sounds boring. Yeah, some people like it, but I am not liking this, seriously. I like it to go on my balcony at that moment of time, look out and see life. If I go out here, I can show you. There's nothing. Wait, I'm gonna show you. This is the view I have from my house. They're building some other houses. There's a guy with a dog. Not to spy on people though, but they're building some more right there. And yeah, that's actually it. There's nothing out here. It's really boring, isn't it? For me it is. Try getting that over there in China. It ain't gonna happen, son. It ain't gonna happen. As I just showed you outside, it's pretty boring, isn't it? You have to say for yourself. And if you don't believe me, I have this clip right here. So I'm gonna compare this part is China and this part is the Netherlands. And I'm gonna put this sound first and then this sound. So just look at it. It's so boring here in this country. It is so much. Just look at it. Dutch people now might say to me that this is not a comparison, man. You just filmed outside your house and you live in this small village. If you go to the city like Arnhem or Amsterdam or something like that, you'll get a total different view. But for me, this was my view. I looked outside this window and I was used to looking outside the other view you just saw. So I lived like in the middle of Xiamen, and right here I just live in this small village. For me it's a true comparison, just so you guys know. So there was this reverse culture shock, the silence. The silence. For me it was a big culture shock. Another thing for me was the temperature, but that's maybe another thing. It's the Netherlands. I don't know if you know the Netherlands, but the Netherlands weather is pretty sucky around this time. Well, summer was okay, I guess. This is the weather in Xiamen right now. If my camera focuses a little bit, it's 25 degrees and it's sunny all day, and it's autumn right now. It's cold. Like in my city right now, it's 12 degrees with like, if it's focusing, in my country right now it's 12 degrees and it's gonna be sunny, but 12 to 11 degrees. So for me, yeah, that's pretty cold, you know. Oh well, that to the side, like the three things. And for me personally, I fell in love with the noise. Maybe it's something you adjust to. I fell in love with go with the flow, the way of living there, and the temperature in Xiamen. Oh god, I don't want to sound like this old guy who's going to Spain and live there for the rest of his life because it's nice and sunny weather there. No, I'm not that kind of guy, but I am this person who fell in love with these three. There are of course a lot of another, but these three things are the most important things for me going back there. A lot of people ask me like, dude, why China? What's so amazing about it? And yeah, I hope you guys understand what I just told. It's like for me, the way of life in China and the things in China are for me like, yeah, they're so much more greater for me than living in the Netherlands. It's the whole experience I got, the living 1 year in China. And that's why I'm making these movies. I'm making these movies to get you guys excited about China. It's like, I showed you a little bit of China. I talked about the culture shocks being there, adjusting to them, the biggest experiences I had, or the biggest culture shocks I had. And I just talked about the reverse culture shock, you know. And for me, it's like these two counterparts make me fell in love with China, and yeah, I cannot say it enough. Seriously, I'm excited about it. I'm really excited. I hope you guys will get excited too. Seriously, that's my goal. My goal. My one and only goal is to get you guys excited about China. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and Sai Chen.